Hello students, welcome to AriserTalent. As you know, we are studying the important chapter of NCERT Biology class 9 chapter 1, that is cell, or we can say the fundamental unit of life, that is cell, in which we are studying about the cell organelles. Now today we are going to talk about plastids. Plastids, as we all know, plastids are responsible for the color and generally these are present in plants only. Okay, so here we are going to talk about plastids. They are present in plant cells. Plastids are present in plant cell and absent in animal cell. And absent in animal cell. Why it is so? Because generally as we all know that plastids are responsible for colors. So, they are present only in the plant cell and they are absent in the animal cell. If we talk about the types of plastid on the basis of different colors, generally plastids are of three types: Chloroplast, Chromoplast and Leukoplast. But before it, I want to tell you that like mitochondria, plastids are also known as semi-autonomous. Why? Because like mitochondria, plastids also have DNA and proteins. We can say they have DNA and ribosomes, and then they can synthesize their own protein and enzymes. This is the reason like mitochondria, plastids are also known as semi-autonomous. Okay, so here we can mention that plastids are also known as semi-autonomous because they contain DNA and ribosomes. They can synthesize their own protein. They can synthesize their own protein. This is the reason that like mitochondria, plastids are also known as semi-autonomous. Clear? Now on the basis of colors, types of colors, plastids are of three types. Here we can mention on the basis of color, plastids are of three types. Here we can mention chloroplast. It is also known as green plastid. It is known as green plastid and it is photosynthetically active. Next is chromoplast. It is colorful plastid and it has different colors except green color. It is colorful plastid except green color. And third one is leukoplast. It is non-colored plastid. Okay, so thus we can say that there are three types of plastids. What are they? Chloroplast, generally it is green in color and it is photosynthetically active. Next is chromoplast. Chromoplast does not have green color plastid, even it has different colors and it is photosynthetically inactive. Leukoplast, generally leukoplast is present in the parts of the plant where the food is stored. Okay, thus we can say that the function of leukoplast is to store food and it does not contain any color. So, this is generally known as non-colored plastic. Okay. Now, first of all we will talk about chloroplast. First of all, we will talk about chloroplast. Here we have the structure of chloroplast. Chloroplast. Okay, if we talk about the chloroplast, then this is the type of plastid. Generally, it has three parts. What are they? Outer covering, that is known as envelope. Generally, it has two membranes in the envelope, that is outer membrane and inner membrane. Thus, we can say that it has two membrane, or it is made up of two membrane, means envelope is made up of two membrane, outer membrane and inner membrane. Okay, as we go inside the cell, we can find a liquid here, that is known as matrix or stroma. Yes, you can see here, it contains what? It contains water, lipids, proteins. Okay, here is the DNA. Double helical DNA is present beside it, ribosomes are present. Okay, so thus we can say the liquid which is present inside the chloroplast, the cell of chloroplast, it contains what? It contains protein, lipids, DNA, ribosomes, RNA, etc. Okay, then here we can see the parallel layers, they are known as thylakoids. They are generally green in color because they contain chlorophyll, and this is the reason that these thylakoids are the site of photosynthesis. Okay, but this matrix which does not have any color, okay, then it is the site of dark creation during the photosynthesis. Now here we can go with the structure, that chloroplast generally has three parts. What are they? Envelope, matrix or stroma, and thylakoid. Okay, thylakoid. So we can say that chloroplast has three parts: envelope, then stroma and thylakoid. First of all, we will talk about envelope. Envelope is the outer covering. Generally, it has two membrane. It is the outer covering. It has two membranes, outer membrane and inner membrane. Outer membrane and inner membrane. Okay. Next, we will talk about matrix. It's also known as stroma. Here you can see stroma part. Generally, it is colorless. It is colorless, granular, it contains lipids, ribosome, protein and double helical DNA. Double helical DNA. Okay, generally lipids are present in the plastoglobule form. Okay, next we will talk about thylakoid. Third part is thylakoid. And here one more thing, that stroma, as the stroma is colorless, so it is responsible for dark reaction during the photosynthesis. Here we can mention stroma takes part in dark reaction during photosynthesis. During photosynthesis. Okay, so here this part, matrix part, takes part only in the dark reaction during photosynthesis as it does not contain chlorophyll. Now next is thylakoid. Third part is thylakoid. Okay, so thylakoid are what? It is the site of, or we can say it is made up of, parallel, okay, these are made up of, this is made up of parallel membrane, this is made up of parallel membranes called lamellae. Okay, this is made up of parallel membrane, they are known as lamellae. It contains chlorophyll. As it contains chlorophyll, so this part of the chloroplast will take part in the light reaction of the photosynthesis. Thus, it takes part in light reaction during photosynthesis. Okay, so thus we can say, if as we studied the structure of chloroplast, that it contains three parts. The outer covering is known as envelope, which is made up of two layers. Here we can see the fluid which is present inside, that is known as stroma. Okay, and generally it is colorless and granular because of the presence of ribosomes, lipids, proteins and double helical DNA. Okay, now there is the structure which is responsible for the light reaction, as it contains chlorophyll, and that is known as grana. Okay, so thus we can say that chloroplast has three parts in its structure. Okay, so it was all about the chloroplast. Now what is the function of chloroplast? As I told you that it contains chlorophyll. Okay, then it takes part in the process of photosynthesis and helps the plant to synthesize its food. Next is function. Function of chloroplast, then we can say it helps in the process of photosynthesis. How? That it absorbs the radiant energy of the sunlight and convert it into the chemical energy of carbohydrates. Okay, it absorbs radiant energy. It absorbs radiant energy of sunlight and convert it into the chemical energy. Okay, thus we can say it takes part in the process of photosynthesis in the presence of water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll. Okay, next function is it maintains balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the atmosphere. It maintains balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the cell. Okay. So, thus we can say it maintains the balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Clear? So, it was all about the chloroplast. Now, we will talk about chromoplast. Next is chromoplast. Chromoplast. As I told you that chromoplast has different color except green color, and as the green color is absent means it does not have chlorophyll, then it will not do the process of photosynthesis. Okay. So, here we can mention chromoplast, it does not have chlorophyll. Okay. It provides different colors to flowers and fruit except green color, because it does not have chlorophyll. Okay. And it is photosynthetically inactive. It is photosynthetically inactive. It is photosynthetically inactive. Now, what is the function of chromoplast? As I told you that it is present in the flowers and fruits, then we can say it provides characteristic colors to the flowers and fruits. Function. Chromoplast provides characteristic color to flowers to attract insects for pollination, and to fruits for alluring certain animals for seed dispersal. Okay. So, it is all about the chromoplast. Now, third, we will talk about third plastid, that is leukoplast. Leukoplast, as I told you, it is colorless plastid. It does not have any color. Okay. And generally it is present in the roots, or we can say it is present in the part of the plant which help in the storing food. Okay. So, here we can mention leukoplast, it is colorless plastid. Okay. It is present in food storing part of the plant, generally present in the roots, generally present in the roots. Okay. And it stores food. Function is it stores food in the form of starch, fat and proteins. Okay, so it was all about the plastid, that plastids are generally present in the plant cell because they are responsible for color. Okay, and generally they are absent in the animal cell. In the plant cell they are present in the three forms. What are they? Chromoplast, chloroplast and leukoplast. If we talk about chloroplast, then it has three forms. It has three parts in the structure: envelope, matrix and thylakoid. Generally it is responsible for the process of photosynthesis. Which part? Chloroplast, because it contains chlorophyll. Okay, it is green in color. Next part is chromoplast. It does not have chlorophyll and thus it can take part in the photosynthesis. So what it performs, what is the function of it in the plant? It provides color to the plant part like flowers and fruits. Okay, third one is leukoplast. Generally it is non green color, or it is, we can say it is colorless plastid. Okay, it does not have any color and generally the function of it is to store food in the form of starch, fat and proteins. Okay, so it was all about the plastid. Here we have completed the 7 cell organelles of the cell. In our next lecture, we will talk about the important phase of this chapter, important part of this chapter, that is cell division. Okay, till then take care. Thank you.